Namaste! Grand Rising, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in! Come on! I've got intel. Recon is afoot. Yes, Big Cat, come in. We've got a thing or two to discuss. And as we kick our way into this glorious day gifted to us by the Most High, Father God, Mother Isis, our ancestors, angels, way showers and spiritual guides, from Keitha to Malkuth. Namaste. Energies, up, Big Cat, as we dive in. The planetary energies are Mercury gives a love tap to Neptune today. Take a moment, darling dears, to reflect. Look back on the intense personal growth. This year has been inevitably, and it's been intense, guys. We've been in tight circumstances and situations that we had to get down and dirty with it, as we fell down 7 times and got up 8. Remember to pat yourself on the back, darling dear, for all that hard inner work, that shadow work you did on yourself. This gives you affirmation that you need to continue. Abraham Lincoln told us, forwards and never backwards. You know your dreams and highest aims don't come without a bit of a risk, darling dear. The unknown, the undergrowth, where you will find the Big Cat. Getting used to new ways and paradigms as you bend the matrix. Be open-minded about letting go of the old in order to make room for the new. Because it's good for you. But bad for them, darling dear. It's a stone to their eye chakra as their black space they call a heart is being pierced by your glow up. My right palm is itching me, darling dears. That means Skrilla.com is afoot. As a Reiki master, take this energy, darling dears, and tell no one, nothing. As I continue with the planetary energies, put your passions and into your plans, darling dear. Invest in consistent effort and you will see practical, tangible results. Mercury in Scorpio trines Neptune in Pisces. Yes, baby, a good day to trust your intuition as you comb through other people's words to get to the truth. Roof, pinkies up. Namaste, big son. You're my favorite son. He keeps getting mad because he's the only one, but it is what it is. He bought me my what? Didn't get smoked. And look how he gets the cream. I don't know how he does my mochas like that. It's so creamy. But I'm telling you, it's hot like a furnace. I have to be careful. Otherwise it will burn me going down. Yes, baby. As I lubricate my larynx, let me finish with what I got my notes for the planetary energies. Yes, baby. As I was saying, put your passions into plans. Invest consistent effort and you will see tangible, practical results. Mercury in Scorpio trines Neptune in Pisces. A good day to trust your intuition as you comb through people's words, not their actions, blood. The actions will fool you and turn you into a dummy bat. Dumb as a crumb, just like they, them, and I'm a poet. Fist bump. Yes, baby. Read the fine print very carefully before signing anything. Your signature holds weight, darling dears. I'm trying to get a hold of what the blacks the Black's Dictionary of Legalese and the handbook, because I'm about to teach you about the straw man, darling dears, where you will hit me up in the Gmail and you won't have to pay another tax. Another what? Bailiff at your door? I think not, Scotty. I told you, your girl has made sure that I removed all of those principalities from my life so that I'm thinking clearly. And I'm telling you, I'm at hockey sticks at dawn. I'm going to have your back, front, and side. You're my bestie. Pinky's up. Anyhow, like I said, once I get the Black's Dictionary of Legalese and the handbook that goes with it, we're going to what? We're going to what? Start a riot in the right way, in a lawful manner, darling dears. Fist bump. Today holds a potential right for creative energies. Find peace in the arts and music. Yes, baby. Because, Big Cat, can I bring out my mic? Because I've got something to tell you, and I want you to understand this, Big Cat. They would rather go blind, Big Cat, than to witness your glow up. They'd rather go blind. That's their business. Nothing to do with you, darling dears. Nothing to do with you. As you get great in the name of the Most High, Father God, Mother Isis. Uncomfortable changes have you now what? Catching flights as they continue to catch feelings, darling dears. Feelings. Trying to forget those memories of the unconditional love you gave these these unconventional bottom feeders with yarn for hair, these creatures from the backwoods, these hood-looking alfalfas, darling dears. You realize, right, that a bitch Mitch or a Mitch bitch equates to the bad luck, the bad credit, the bad attitude, the bad intentions, and the treachery in the genitalia that was fraught with amnesia, selective amnesia, as they wee willy winked all through the town, right? Picking up those Jezebel spirits from Iccubi and Succubi and try to bring it back to you to confuse your cranium. Well, guess what, bestie? I got your back. Pinky's up and a fist bump. No longer the long-suffering doormat. How now, brown cow? Awaken to Father God, Mother Isis, and yourself. Your mind is elevated. Some game is over, period and point blank. You're saying only some. You're saying, but Case, you're saying some. I'm saying the game they tried to run on you, Big Cat. They wanted you what? Giving up your good seat of emperors and empresses, right? Wasting your good God-given time on this Malkuth when you was sent to what? Break the mold, darling dear. I told you, you're a prototype of your lineage. Your ancestral team, your rich white lady team on Keitha, darling dear, as well as Malkuth, have your back, front, and side as you fell down 7 times, but got up 8. Fist bump. Posh clap. I salute you, Big Cat. When you win, I win. Big Cat, you've come to realize that it's lonely at the top, but good golly, good gosh, it was Siberia at the bottom. As they wipe their feet on your back, darling dear. Kicked you in your common sense, right? Ripped your flip-flop of common sense from your being until you took the knee. And when you finished saying amen, everybody had to fall back. As they what? As they'd rather go blind, Big Cat, than to witness your glow up. Yes! All of this and that, Big Cat. All of this and that. 33 in the chat, same as Jesus and Bob Marley, as the ascended masters come in to posh clap you. Just like me, Big Cat. Just like me. Apologies are not being accepted. Cap that shiznai, Big Cat. You don't want no sorry from a bottom feeder that did everything in their power to keep you as a farmer. Let me sip my mocha, cause I ain't getting smoked, blood. And don't you get smoked either, big cat? You don't want their sorry, you just want their back, darling dear, as you give yours to them. Your shapely back, law 16. You knew, darling dear, it was time to go from Gandalf the Grey to Gandalf the White, where that shiznai went no further. You got off that crazy making, realizing that they were the son or daughter of Pennywise the Clown. Listen, even the horn is running out of gumption in the presence of big cats. Fist bump. You intuitively knew it that you would be. What? Why am I? Listen, we've got a stuttering bastardo amongst us, a karmic watching us. Moderators, make sure you get on their neck. They will not interrupt my flow. Because I've got to keep my cranium straight to deliver the true unto you. Anyhow, as I was saying, before I got pipped at the post by this stuttering bastardo that's watching everything we do, darling dear. Your ancestral team chose you, big cat, to be the prototype of your lineage. To undo the karma they created, and they gifted you with all of their gifts. Just saw 1111 on the counter, darling dear, as we continue to bask in the 1111 portal. We're getting the fade, darling dear, the fade of infinite possibilities. You knew your wants would be met. You got your message from a higher source. You will heal, and nobody will be able to window shop, right? Loot, right? Pillage and plunder your life again, darling dears. Why? Because they are window shoppers, darling dears. They would rather go blind, big cat, than to witness your glow. Yeah. Right there, in their face, darling dears. Retreat, you are covered in grace. They will continue to launch their hillbilly investigations from the nosebleed section. Watching and wishing they treated you right, spoken to you in the dulcet tones of an angel strumming on a harp, but they didn't. They tried to drag you through the mud, confuse your cranium. And did I tell you about the lying? These airbenders lying on your this and that, when your glow up shows nothing of what they done did. Let me get my chalice wellspring waters. I drove all the way to Glastonbury in 2020 for my youngest progeny's birthday, for her 11th birthday. As we go into this read, darling, I use it sparingly because it was a long drive, blood. Yeah, but I drove with a strong bass line. You know me. Music is my wings. Right, let me get comfortable in this chair to see what going. Yes, baby. Where is my this and that? We're gonna lead with a strong runestone. See what's going on to you. Thank you very much. If you're going to get one. Oh, it fell out of my hand. Baby, we've got a fellow. It was in the reverse. So somebody's still going through the reverse Friar Tuck they gave unto themselves when they did what they did. A fellow, darling dear, is represented by the world card in tarot. This speaks about a new page in your book of life. As you create the new chapter, darling dear. I told you, you can bend the matrix anytime you want, but you have to do your shadow work, let go of principalities and obstacles that are holding you back. And if you went through the dark night of the soul, had to look over my shoulder, because it's not sneaking up on me. I've told you many times, I'm the red light, green light champion of 79. Fist bump. They don't like it. They don't like that you didn't stay in the same place, that you are looking good in the hood, darling dear. What hood is that? The hood of higher mentality, darling dear. Higher minds. Got to cut my fan on. I'm telling you, the change of life is doing Listen, my house is sometimes it's like Siberia, but it's like 42 degrees in the sun for me. And when I go up, I see my children cloaked in many, many layers. And I'm like, why are you dressed like that? And I said that to say to my son, go and defrost your sister, right? I'm going to turn the heating on now. And I had to cut on all the fans, darling dear. The fans. This and that, my dear big cat. This and that. A new beginning for you. And it also speaks about someone who wants to be a Mac the Knife. I told you, they would love to have one more round, Julie, with your hairline. And they'll be rapid with it this time, darling dear, because you had the effrontery to what? Choose you over them. Imagine that. Choosing you. Why? Because you wanted to win. You wanted to live. And they was breaking you down from the inside out. But guess what? This world card also speaks about Sputnik. Has not forgotten you, darling dear. Even though, as I said, let's go back to the mic. They would rather go blind, big cat, than to witness your blow up. Yes, baby, after them business. Stop watching, but they can't. They are a captive audience, especially at the 3 a.m. when your ancestral team goes, bottom feeder, wake up. We've got so much more to show you. The world card represented by what? The fixed signs of Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. This also speaks about you being guided, darling dear. Guided to what? Desirable outcomes. Some of you are what? Putting your effort, your back into what? Going on a worldwide travel. You're going to be traveling, taking trips. I told you, you are catching flights as they are catching feelings. But it's got nothing to do with you, big cat. You gave them what? A piece of you, and now you took it back. As you said, love and light, and peace out. And what? 2 of these, and 1 of those. And you meant it. You meant it. They thought you'd come back. They thought you'd wanted to look like what? Quasimodo's bestie in them streets for air. I think not, Scotty. I think not. Had to put my back into it, big cat. Not take, not chat from no dummy but. Remember I told you that, dumb as a crumb. They thought, they thunk the Shakira hips would be all they needed to what? Rein in and keep a what? Big cat hog tied in their fucking knees, blood. I think not. It's not for you. Bebe, Othello is represented by the letters F and O. Imagine that. I'm going to give you a moment to get all of your profanities out as I sip my mocha because I ain't getting smoke blood. As I was saying, it's represented by the letters F and O, right? The numbers 84, 85, 86, and 87, darling dears. As well as what? Earth and Saturn, as Saturn comes through with gifts for those that have been diligent. Saturn is also what? The ruler of time, darling dear. Nothing like time for them to see what really you was bringing to the what? They're recognizing your infinite possibilities. They're seeing you as being disciplined. They're seeing you as being different. Imagine that. They will seek you here and there with their willy winky ways and their Shakira hips, darling dears. Right? But when they should have been pouring into you, they was what? Putting it on you. Putting that big word as they cast aspersion and try to scramble your brain with their fucking knees, blood, bra, or stream. But as I said before, they would rather go blind, big cat, than to witness your glow up. Yes, baby. This and that. This and that. Big cat wave. Let's carry on. What does your ancestral team want you to know from the back? We're going with the Witch's Oracle Wisdom. Why not, eh? Give it a good shufty. My silver cloth has gone wavy. I don't know what's wrong with it, you know. But this must be the only issue in my life. Nothing like the what? The long walk, darling dear. The long walk. What's this? As you're being protected from these frogs, you've got to kiss many a frog to get to whom is truly deserving of your attentions. And your ancestral team will what? Reveal whom's supposed to be in your inner circle, darling dears. Those that pour into you the way you pour into them. Some of you are feeling lonely at this time. The only reason why you're feeling lonely is because there's more work for you to do on yourself. Always about you, darling dear. But don't kiss any more frogs, yeah? Pay your knees, Black. Pay your knees. We don't give up our what? Seat of emperors and empresses, your platinum, to time wasters. I would rather, right, go on Love Honey, get to what? And Summers, and get myself implements and mechanic toys than to put myself amongst the soul ties. Nah, Black, my platinum, my progeny don't want me crazy and barking at passing cars. No, they don't. What's this? Because you continue to use your imagination, right? Dreams, your goals, your wants, darling dear. We've already dealt with our needs and it had us in a stronghold. We don't want those needs, darling dears. We're getting what? Great. And we what? Pushing forward. Air energy. Air energy is what? Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. It's also a reminder of you to always go for the knowledge, darling dears. Why? Knowledge is power, and power is power. Be a keyboard gangster. Buff up your what? Intellect at every opportunity, right? And when you are what? Put in that unfortunate tight circumstance where these dummy bats are trying to weasel their way back into your life, you must speak with the truth. Speak with the Queen's English as you tell them that they ain't shit and they must go back to the bowels of hell from whence they came. Where's that? The crevice of the devil's balls, darling dears, where they what? Chipped away and what dare to what? Come and jettison into your life like Beetlejuice and Candyman. I told you, big cat, we ain't having it. We've got no time for the T-Rex arms with their trippy-talker ways. Continue to focus on your dreams and goals, darling dears, as every one of your wants are being granted. But there is that time. Saturn wants to make sure that you are sticking to the rules and the regulations. What's on the base of the deck? Yes, baby. Certain things are going to be revealed to you, darling dears. Possibly intuitively, and maybe on the balls of the feet by the merchants of slander. But you must what? Hold your tongue. Whatever's revealed to you, don't tell anyone else. Why? Because the karma, right, is what is not discriminatory, right, when it wants to visit people. Passing on news about a bottom feeder sinking into the lower regions, right, is not for you, darling dear. I told you. When these things are revealed to you, you must go, and keep it pumping, keep it pressing, and keep what? Doing what you're doing in your glow up, fist bump. Right, let's get a deck and see what else is going in. Base of the deck, darling dear. Scorpio energy, the rebirth and the rise of the big cat. Law number 25 of the 48 laws of power. And it's also bringing in a pepper dusting of what? Law number 37. It seems like you're deliberately creating a spectacle. No, you're not. You're just being you. And because they've got their mind focused on you, as they continue to focus and what launched those hillbilly investigations from the nosebleed section, darling dear. Where's that? The Mud Hut at 911 Freddy Krueger Avenue, 2 streets over from the Loser Lane, in the district of the Dam, darling dear. They're seeing the rise of you, a new beginning for you. Why? Because you chose you, big cat. You became the rebel in your life. You decided what? Depression was the chance for you to what? Reevaluate your goals. And every one of them did not include the T-Rex arms with the trippy talker ways. What's this? King of Cups, you mastered your emotions, darling dears. Yes, me love it. I don't hate it. I love it. So how was they viewing you, darling dear? Please tell us, because you've got a captive audience. How was they viewing the big cat? How was they viewing the big cat? We've got to shuffle carefully. They knew that they wounded you, darling dear. And they wanted you to stay there in that wounded place, wondering what they did. But you chose what? Your spiritual strength. You was the wounded warrior. And you understood when you what? Took the knee and went before the Most High Father, God, Mother Isis, that you will be reborn. Law number 25 of the 48 laws of power. And divine is again reminding you to be vigilant. They're not allowed to come back. How dare they? They must stay in the consequences and circumstances and paradigms they created for themselves. You're right, Kelly Polisano. You are unstoppable. Unstoppable, right? You have limitless, infinite possibilities once you tap in. Do that shadow work. It's not easy. You're going to cry. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a true psychological fact. When you see someone cry, darling dear, if the tears fall from their right, even you, darling dear, if the tear falls from your right eye first, it's tears of happiness. But when you cried, those tears that came from your left eye, it was when you was crying from your soul, darling dear. And divine came for you. Gave you a new you, darling dear. The repurposed, what badassery, bender of the matrix. I told you, you've got those badass alchemist ways. And victory is your go-to move. They didn't expect you to get up and win, as you won amongst the bottom feeders. And this is also what's showing you whom you were separated from. They've still got what? A rod of correction that they'd like to put all up and in your situation. But you mustn't allow it. Don't allow it, big cat, because they can't come back. Being what? Blessed in their face. Right in their eye chakras. That's their business. The fire energy speaks about what? Speak, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It speaks about your inner strength. They didn't think you had inner strength. You tapped into your eternal power, darling dears. I told you, Father God, Mother Isis was tricky and hid inside each and every one of us. So where is the big cat right now on their path? Making the right choices, the right contracts, being guided by your solar plexus, which is what covered by Archangel Michael. Call him at any time, darling dear, that you're needing some form of inspiration. Yes. Archangel Michael also rules Wednesday. So Wednesday is going to be what? Fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely for us. Something significant is coming towards us on Wednesday, or a Wednesday, darling dears. And it also reminds you, because when you see the lovers, the Gemini energy, the signing of contracts, remember the planetary energy said read the fine print. Make sure if you can't understand it, then you go to a cat who can understand that writing and that legalese. And I told you, once I get a hold of that Black's Dictionary of Legalese and the handbook, because I said to myself, when I looked on the Amazon, right, I said, I'm going to buy that book, right, that dictionary, right? And then I saw it was £85 for a dictionary. And then I read this. I told you, I just tucked myself into night for some light reading, darling dear. I had to untuck myself, run to my office, right, sit up in my straight back chair, right, and put this, I was mad, and now I'm getting gangster with it. Once I get a hold of the Black's Dictionary and the handbook, you can hit me up in the Gmail and I will help you, big cat. I will only know the law for the UK, but I'm quite prepared to breach the Atlantic, to go into the US of A and help you across the pond as well. Yes, I will charge a fee, but it's not going to be an extortionate rate, because the exchange of money is energy, darling dears. And you know that I only want the best for my besties. Pinkies up. They're seeing you make the right choices, darling dears, and don't like it. They don't like it. Well, they better learn to love it. They better learn to love it and shut up. Yeah, look! King of Pentacles. This is someone that gambled on you, and they're a gambler at life. They're gambling with their mental health. They're gambling with their sexual health. As they go from what? Soul tie to soul tie. Looking for you, big cat. Not realizing they're getting what? Delilahs to their Samsons, darling dears. Yes, go for it, darling dear. Go for it with the Shakira hips. Go for it. This is making wrong choices. It also speaks about a contract. Somebody signed a contract for work, darling dear, and they're being what? Made to work like a field hand for that money. And it also speaks about underhanded. They're getting money under the table, darling dear. But what was in the dark is going to what? Trip them up. I told you they're trippy-taka, and their ways are being revealed. Thank you very much for the super chat. Who was that for? From. Excusez-moi. You know what I'm going to do? Every super chat that comes towards me, I'm going to put it towards buying that book. Thank you very much Audra Die. I'm going to buy them books and you'll see when I've got them, yeah? Because no one is going to fool you, big cat. Not while I've got breath in my body. Not while my cranium is clear and free of all principalities. Nothing holds me back. And I told you, from when I was a child, gathering intel was my forte. I love it. I love it so much. And especially as I know that I can arm you and make you dangerous and no one take the pee or a shit in your life on any level, but you'll be doing it in what? Not a legal way, because that's the corporation that was built for you. Let me talk about the quick corporation. On your birth certificate, darling dear, the reason why your name is in capital letters is because they make a corporation. Your birth certificate is also your death certificate. Yes, it is. And when you get things like a credit card, parking tickets and fines, darling dears, it's in the name of the corporation, which is not you, and you don't have to pay them. Baby, I will give you the affidavits to send out to these bottom feeders that try to trick you. Because your signature holds weight, darling dears. It holds weight. I will show you how to what? Create a trust for yourself, darling dears, so that when you go back to sit at the feet of the Most High, the government can't take up to 60% of your life insurances and whatever properties, right, away from your progenies or whomsoever you want to bless as you continue to float on, right, to the feet of the Father Most High. I told you, I'm getting dangerous with it. Yeah. Somebody's looking back. They're remembering your naked body, darling dear. They thought that any other body double would do for you. No, babe, they're sorry. They're sorry they're missing. And they're still watching you, darling dear, as you're being blessed in their face. Imagine that, big cat. This and that. As I said, we go back to the mic. Because you know I like to get my props in to get you to know what I'm... So you can feel me, big cat. They would rather go blind, big cat, than to witness your glow up. But they are a captive audience. Yes. Yes. They're realizing they gambled. What else are they realizing? This reverse King of Pentacles, knock for sure. That you were sent to them, darling dear. You were sent to them. The two is about bringing... You see the caduceus in the background? You were sent to build them up, darling dear. And what did they do? They tried to break you down in every way, shape, and form. Now they get to watch you from the nosebleed section as they continue to make those soul ties. Somebody better tell them to keep it up, Scotty. Don't give up. Eventually you'll find the right one to have them at Hawkey Sticks at Dawn. I'm talking about emotional and mental break. Whomsoever they're dealing with, darling dear, they attracted these people into their life because of what they did to you, my dear big cat. They thought they'd gotten away from it. No, babe. There's always the back end for the contracts you make on this Malkuth, especially when that contract was nefarious. They're not loving it. They're still attracted to you, darling dear. They still want to be around you. Why do they still want to be around you? Why? Because you turned the back. And because you're an earth angel. And guess what? This is your ancestral team protecting you, making you, telling you, whispering to you to still go on. Even though you may not have got to the situation or circumstance that you wish to be in, darling dear. Divine, your ancestors are telling you to keep it pumping. Keep it, what? Tinky winky styly. Keep going forward. At any time you're confused, call on your ancestors. They're waiting to assist you, darling dear. Love it. I don't hate it. You're looking back at what you attracted to you, darling dear, but you was coming from a hurt place. Remember the dysfunctional families you were born into. Even if the family wasn't dysfunctional, the partners that you attracted was sent to wake you up. And now you are up like 11, darling dear, as you realize you're an earth angel. Yes, the journey was difficult, darling dear, and you may still find obstacles along your path, but you are built for this shiznai to overcome. And what? Bend the matrix in their face. They're watching you, darling dear. Make right choices. Still looking at you, this and that. Remembering, wishing, trying to manifest you back. You better get yourself somewhat. What's the other one? Florida water. If you're not in the UK, I don't even know if the Chalice World has that online. If they've got it online, get that water, darling dear. Send it to your house chat. Yes, baby. So what is the big cat serving at this moment in time? That they would rather go blind. Big cat. What are you serving? Your intuition? Discernment? High priest or priest you be, darling dear, as you sit between boys and joshing for what completion as well as beginning. Right? Beginning again, darling dear, as you turn the chapter on your what book of life, darling dears. This is about you continuing to use your discernment and your intuition. Look! They want to come through the page. Pwah! Wants to come through. They're sorry now. They're sorry now, but not sorry enough. They want to come and say sorry to you. They use their intuition to manipulate you, right? To have you barking at passing cars. Yes, they did. And they enjoyed when you had the reverse friar tuck. Well, guess what? The tables have turned. As they realize it's a jungle out there. And all they keep meeting up on is people that are like-minded like them. They've met up on a lying, cheating ass. Yes, just like them. Yeah. Because they see you happy. If you've got progeny, darling dear, your progeny, you're happy. And you're not seeking their counsel or their company. You would rather, as I said to that same bottom feeder, I would rather use a dull, rusty butter knife and cut out my punani and dash it on the floor as I stand naked before all of my enemies with full Wi-Fi and connect a live feed, right? And let a marga dog draw my punani away before you see it again. Yes, I did tell them that. I did. And I still felt good about myself and went back home, right? Was in my domicile, in fact, right? Lit my Palo Santo, right? And my white Californian stage and still felt good about myself. Posh clap. Show them, Mike. Listen. They're going for the tower moment after tower moment. And again, it speaks about a sudden change coming towards you, darling dears. Lean in, big cat. Lean in, right? Because the tower moment is represented by fire, right? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, as well as Mars energy. Mars energy. Mars also rules what? Sudden accidents. Be very careful, darling dears. They wish you to what? Have all of this and that going on in your life. Protect yourself. If you've got a chariot of righteousness, get your black obsidian crystal. Have it in your car. To protect your what comings and goings, because anytime you get into your chariot, right, it's righteous where you're going. That's why I call it your chariot of righteousness. The tower moment as well is represented by Uranus energy. Uranus energy, darling dears. Uranus is the 8th planet. The number 8 is extremely lucky. Why? It comes with what? Mastery. You taking actions towards your infinite possibilities, and it's showing you that you will be accomplished and reaching your accomplishments, darling dears, for what you want going on in your life, but you have to remain focused. Can we talk about the Uranus a little bit more? It speaks about the unpredictable change that's coming towards you. You already intuitively know this, right? You becoming what? An individual, becoming that rebel in your life, darling dear, was absolute genius. You listened to the Most High and what your inner self, when it told you to get great and get gone from these bottom feeding ways and these bottom feeders. It was like an electric rod up your spine, darling dears. It also speaks about what? You join in your collective. It's a shame that these live, the comment section, that you can't get each other's emails. But I'm going to create a group, darling dear, a safe space. I'm going to create a group on Facebook, right, called the Big Cat Chronicles. I'll do it later on today. Find me on there, darling dears, and only the ones that I see in my comments will I allow into the group. It will be a safe space. And once I get the once I get the Black's dictionary and the handbook, this is where I'll be sending all of the straw man information so that you can get down and dirty with it, darling dear. But in a good way. Let no one take the piss with you. Remember, wherever you're born, darling dear, they create a corporation in your name. You didn't sign up for the job, right? And these taxes that you're paying, it's bull swanky, darling dears. Bull swanky and fucking ease, blood. I will show you the way because I was proper mad. Listen, I was so mad. But now I've become calm. And when case gets calm, this is when I'm the most dangerous, darling dear. Why? I'm a keyboard gangster. Gathering intel and using it for good. For the soldiers of the light. It's oh my gosh. I feel that is a blessing, darling dear. Sudden change, darling dear. You changed and they didn't. They didn't change. What else do we need to know? Don't take any of their challenges on, darling dear. And as I said, any of those merchants of slander that dare to come and tell you this and that, just go, We're not taking on their karma. We're being gifted with dharma, darling dears. Good dharma. Why? Because you worked on your shadow side. Some of you are coming out of the down pressing, darling dears. It was the DNS. It was the chance for you to get great, become a keyboard gangster, realize what exactly you was facing in those circumstances and situations, and dropping those burdens as you say amen. Hey! What did I say? Because you got the bad-ass alchemist ways, darling dears. Divine is gifting to you with a quickness because the magician means speed, right? Of intelligence, as you're gifted with all of the tools to continue to bend the matrix. And again, the magician also rules journeys, darling dears. Trips, short trips. Yes, baby. What else do we need to know before we push off? Because I'm not going to make this a long one. What did I just say? You're getting the 1111 fade. Mutual minds. I'm going to put together the Facebook group called the Big Cat Chronicles. I'm going to make it private. It'll be done either today or tomorrow because I've got quite a few things to be getting on. And this is going to be the safe space where we can actually speak. I'll be able to go live in that group. And anything I say will be shared only amongst those that need to be there. Because if you're not worthy, darling dears, you won't be able to answer the questions I put at the gate of the group. If you've been rocking with me for a time, you'll understand and you'll know what to say to answer these questions in order to gain entrance to our group. We are going to be what? Of one mind, working together, Big Cat, to bend the matrix. And what you don't know, I'll be that keyboard gangster to deliver onto you what needs to be delivered onto you. What else? Big Cat! You are the empress or emperor of everything. And this also speaks about what? Continuing to what? Plan, plot, and strategize your next move in silencio. Tell no one nothing. Because you're about to be gifted everything, darling dear. Every one of your wants. Not your needs. Your needs took us to what? Dark territories. Where it was peppered with what? The Shakira hips with the back front neck tabbing ways, darling dears. Remember I told you that. Divine is about to gift you everything with this 1111 fade. But shh, Big Cat. Don't tell anyone anything. Log back. Yeah, you're right, Ita McCarthy. I'm going to create this group and I'm going to what? We'll be able to speak there. You'll be able to share this and that. And remember, when we are together and we are working together, we will pray on your behalf. Nothing like all of us taking the knee on to help you with your situations and me delivering onto you the intel you need, not to have to pay taxes, parking fines. Are you mad, blood? Bailiffs at your door, they've got no right. Listen, I was so mad when I learned these things. But baby, I told you, I'm going for a 9. This is the year of my 9. I'm 54. 9 is the year of what? Fruition. It's attainment and fulfillment, darling dear. Attaining knowledge that I'm about to gift onto you, Big Cats. You're about to be armed and dangerous. Remember I told you that. You are my best friend. And I wouldn't swap any of you for all the tea in China. And I mean it. I truly do. Pinkies up. Once I get that Black's Dictionary of Legalese and the handbook, baby, it's on and popping. In the UK and across the pond to anywhere you reside, darling dears. We're going to get into this group. And I told you, only those that have been rocking with me for a time will be able to answer what? The words in order to get into our group. Remember I told you that. Fist bump. Right. I think I'm going to leave it there, Big Cat. Because we're going to learn. I'm going to show you how to win on every level. Because you're my bestie. Pinkies up. On that note, I drops me mic. Oh, okay. I've been told to get another card. It's going to be your choice. either the Moonology deck, Ye Old Kipper, or the Life Lessons. 1, 2, or 3. You choose, and then we'll finish out the read. 1, 2, or 3. Who is the keyboard gangster amongst you? Who's going to be quick? Andrea M, it's always you, darling dear. You want Kipper? No problem. Right. Let's get the final message from my dear big cats, my besties. Because next year I'm going, on the 4th of January is my birthday. I'm going to be 55 and I'm going into a 10. What's that for completion, darling dear? Turning the page, and I'm going to show you how you will become gangster. You have my word on that. And I don't swear on many things, darling dears. But this, what did I say? You're going to learn to be the judge. In every situation. They better be shaking in their what? Their boots. Because knowledge, as I tell you, darling dears, is power. And power is power. And the 30 goes down to a 3, which is what? The Empress, which you just saw. The gathering of intel, abundance, darling dears, on every level. Base of the deck, because we are what? We are pulling up anchor. No longer being kept in what? That prison, because we are in a prison when you don't know what is lawful and what is legal. I will teach you the difference between the two, big cat. Remember, I told you that as we seek the distant horizons. And what's that? The 3 and the 6 goes to the 9, which I am, because you are going to what? Get what? Fulfillment. You are going to attain higher levels, right? As we lay certain things to rest once and for all, because you are going to be put in the position of judge, darling dears. And look at the files at your hip, darling dears. The files. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, toddle over to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat wave. Because, my dear big cat, they would rather go blind, big cat, than to witness your glow up. Take it easy, besties. Pinkies up until we meet again on this